Hey guys, I'm out here in the Carolinian Hardwood forests. Been out here since 6 a.m. I think. It's 12:30 now. So I'm getting low on water, so I'm gonna stock up because I'm probably gonna be here in at least another 6 or 7 hours. All I have on my back right now is my Bare Essentials axe sling and bucksaw. This is my first time using this bucksaw. I'm a big fan of the wooden bucksaws, and he has a really unique design for it. As well, I got my canteen on my hip, so it's getting low on water, and I like to fill up before I run out. I'll show you why in a minute. I'm out here right now looking for coyote dens. I found a few earlier in the fall. Now that it's snowed, I could really tell which ones are active still and which aren't. So hopefully we'll get some nice video of that today. And yeah, I'm just out having fun, testing out this saw. So here it is. Bucksaw in 2 pieces. One really genius idea, the toggle. I always find it hard to stick in my bucksaw sheath, and it's the quickest thing that everyone loses. He made leather straps that run through, and they're nice and snug. I'm sure with leather it's gonna stretch a bit, but I don't imagine I'm ever gonna lose these now. As well as it's still tied to the handle. So that's just a brilliant design. And with it going through the toggle going through the leather, it locks the handle in place, so that way the saw can't come out. So that's it right there. I wrapped it around. I might have done a weird knot on here before. Yes, I did. There we go. Bring the blade up and around so it locks in place. It's a 21-inch Bucksaw blade. Of the bucksaw world, I've found this one is easily the easiest to assemble. And then you just want to wrap it up. Tight, spin it as much as you can, so that way you got some nice tension on your saw. The more tension, the better your cuts will be, the straighter your cuts will be. You gotta be careful too, because it'll slap back on you. So you gotta keep the pressure on it. He has his logo here, Bare Essentials. It's a beautiful logo. It's a bear with a bear paw. I'll bring the camera in closer. The Bare Essentials Outdoor Co. Handmade in Canada. The original bucksaw, number 97. As well, for an extra fee, if you have a logo or a family crest, or even you want your last name on your saw, I got my BlackWater Bushcraft logo etched in here. He did a phenomenal job. It looks great. When I sent him my logo, I didn't have high hopes because there's a lot of little detail in the trees and the reflection, but he nailed it. As far as the handle goes, the ergonomics are really comfortable. I was using it at the Toronto Outdoor Adventure Show, and it does feel really comfortable in the hand. Obviously, I will give it a full review once I'm comfortable using it, and I've used it for a while. So with that being said, let's buck up some wood and see where we get. One tip I see a lot of people do with the bucksaw, they're not using it to its full potential. A lot of people I see in their videos are doing this, but you have 21 inches of blade to use. So use full draws. It just saves you that much more energy. Cuts like butter. One technique I always use with the bucksaw, when you're bucking up your logs and you're using a sawhorse of any type, when you get towards the end of your log, you know, it's unstable, you're trying to saw and you're balancing on this sawhorse. And I have OCD, so I need all my lengths of wood to be the exact same. This is how I do that. So what you do is you pinch between your knees, put your left or right foot over the inside of the handle, and you just start running the wood along the blade. I'll turn sideways so you can see that better. I'm not using a lot of wood just because I need to just get a boil on and refill my canteen. It's -7 today, but I'm majorly overdressed, so if anything, I'm going to be stripping layers. I'm not worried about being too cold out here today. The sun is out, first time in a long time, so I'll soak up as much as I can on the skin. Whew. I also didn't bring a knife with me today. Kinda just wanted to go as light as possible. I have a sharp edge right here if I need it. Now that I'm looking back, I'm going right up and almost into a bunch of coyote dens. I wish I did bring an easy access knife with me, but they're more scared of me than I am of them, so we'll see what happens. At least I'm gonna make a bunch of really small splits just so I could get a nice hot fire going. Quick boil, melt some snow. I'm gonna have to, I guess, try and do a feather stick right now. It's been freezing rain for like the last 2 weeks on and off. So tinder bundles right now they're possible, but it would take me a while to gather enough to get a good flame going. It's not impossible, but for the matter of sake of time, I'm just gonna do some feather sticks. And I haven't seen a birch tree in a while, so I don't think that's gonna be an option either for an easy fire. We'll see. This might be a good option for the feather stick here. Nice and straight grain, splitting nice and straight. That's probably gonna be my best bet right here. Just enough to get a flame. From there, I'll have lots of dead twigs and stuff like that, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna keep that up and dry. I'm also gonna make a bunch of really skinny splits because this wood's dry. So it's gonna be my best bet, I think. There we go. This looks good too. Nice and dry and straight. Great feather sticking wood it looks like, so that's good. Still should have brought a knife, but we'll make do. I don't know if you could hear the ravens in the background, but usually that means there's a coyote around because the ravens tend to follow the coyotes and wolves It's even been documented that wolves especially use ravens to hunt, and they work together as a team because the ravens know that they're going to get the wolves' scraps. So they kind of guide each other. It's pretty amazing how that works. It's one of the very few examples besides humans of animals that work together. It's pretty interesting. As well, the few times that I've been here, I've seen a bald eagle twice, and I imagine the nest is in this forest somewhere. So I have my eyes peeled for that. Hopefully we discover that today too. I haven't done a feather stick with my axe in a long time, but what I like to do is choke right up, and I put my 2 fingers over the edge, don't do that. Put my 2 fingers on the side of the face. That way I can get a nice stable run down the wood. I'm just trying to find a comfortable grip where I'm not going to slip and cut my hand, because this is a short piece of wood. I'm used to using longer pieces. Oh, doing this brings me back to a few survival situations, I guess you could say. But this is why I keep my axe sharp. You never know when you need to do fine detailed work. If you could get 3 or 4 curls with your axe, you're doing all right. The tricky thing too is that, well, it's winter, and this axe head is freezing. So now I'm just making fine shavings just so I could catch it with my ferro rod. That's one. I'm gonna make a few more probably off camera just to conserve my battery life. But that's how you do it. Just nice and gentle. Take it nice and slow. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. The trick to getting nice curls is trying to steady the blade so that it runs smooth. One motion, one angle. A little tricky to do with an axe with a heavy handle on the end of it, but you get the gist of it. I think I hear a woodpecker in the background. I always laugh, I'm out here looking for coyotes and here I am feather sticking. And I hope one day I could look at the footage and see a coyote running behind me while I'm filming or something. That would be kind of humorous. This is gonna light for sure. Look at that. Nice and tight. It's not the best feather stick in the world, but considering the conditions I'm in, it's gonna work. So I'll make a couple more of these just so I can make sure I get a nice flame. And hopefully this is all I need to do and I won't have to start over. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when I'm done all my feather sticks. Alright, so I got my feather sticks on top of my wood pile here. I got thicker twigs on top of a bundle of really fine skinny twigs. Nature's feather stick, as I call them, and then more splits underneath that. So I'm gonna get this lit, and I always carry on me. I have a necklace that has a whistle. I use this as a tick remover, which is not necessary in the winter, and a ferro rod and scraper, and a little flashlight. So I'm gonna get that going. Wow. There we go. I'm definitely never using this ferro rod again. So big twigs in one hand, all my little stuff in the other hand. Drop it like it's hot, because it is. Make sure these catch nice. I'll let that catch for a bit. That is the worst time I've ever had with a ferro rod. Probably ever. Firesteel.com Gobspark. It sucks. It's novelty. What they say is great about it is that, you know, you get, it's called a gobspark, so you get big globs of this hot steel that will start your fire. But I find it's very hard to strike. Like, you gotta really dig into it to get good sparks. And compared to just a traditional ferro rod, there's no comparison. But persistence is key. If you have a no-name ferro rod, use eBay ferro rod, what's going to be the tip to your success is that you're going to have to make a nice pile of scrapings first, and then get a nice big spark. That way it gets hot quick. I'm going to have to get away from this fire. I think I'm roasting already. But yeah, there she is. Alrighty. Put this back on right away. Okay, so now that I've gotten the fire going, I can put my tools away for the day. I really enjoyed using this Bucksaw. I'm used to using them, so I knew I was going to like it. What sets this one apart from other ones is that it is just super easy to put away. Like, boom. Super easy to put away, and the handle locks into place. There's a position for its toggle which locks the whole thing in place. Again, the leather is stiff, so I probably will have to pinch it between my knees to get it through the first couple times. Oh, and it's full of snow. There you go, it's in. Wrapping around. Now, slide them in, side by side. I love that feature too. away. Always try not to put the axe away wet. I'll have to put a layer of open offs on it when I get home. That's the beauty of winter, right? Now, let me think. Yeah, it was this way. Look at that. Don't even have to take it off my back. Got my canteen here. Getting low on water, so I'm gonna fill up here. Fill up my canteen cup with snow. I like to leave a little bit of water in my canteen and I pour it over the snow, and that just helps it from steaming up and evaporating before it could actually turn into water. If there's a little bit of base of water at the bottom of your pot full of snow, it will melt quicker. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Scoop up some snow here, and you want to pack it in tight. The more you're getting in your cup, the better. It saves you having to do it multiple times. That's packed in there. Good. I use the bottom of my cup to pack it in. Pour water on top. It'll swig back to that. Throw on my lid. And drop it on the flames. And then that way I could restock my canteen for the rest of my crazy day. Getting up on them coyotes. That's good stuff. I'll leave that there for now. It's not going to give me a whole lot of water in this little canteen. Normally I have my big billy can with me. But for today, it's just how I gotta do things. It's just gonna take longer. I might do this 2-3 times, I guess, just to fill my bottle. Time will tell. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of this fire. And I'll flip the camera back on if we come into some beautiful coyotes. I'm not hunting them. I'm just solely trying to learn more about them by studying them up close. And there's only one way to do that, and it's to go up close. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and we will cue to the scene of me pouring into the canteen cup. So full canteen cup will get you about half. Full canteen cup full of snow will get you about half a canteen, almost 3/4 of water. So I'll have to do this a few times, but that's all right with me. Just gonna have to stoke this fire up again. Pocket bellows. Lifesaver. I can't tell you how many shitty conditions I've been in where this was our savior success of fire. Also great when your fire goes out overnight. If you got hardwood, the coals will still be hot. You just throw some kindling over the coals and use this, and breakfast fire is ready to go. This area is just beautiful, hardwood forest. It's lots of thorns, which is annoying, especially with me and all my wool. But just to give you an idea, like, I'll come up this ridge. I'm certainly the only person out here. It's phenomenal. You can't quite capture this on a camera, what it looks like. I feel like I'm in a coliseum right now. Life is good. My battery's on like 10% right now, so I'm gonna call this a video unless I get some coyote activity or any other wildlife. But I really appreciate you guys coming along with me, and you'll catch me on the next one. Please make time for the wilderness. Peace. There must be a kill lying ahead. Hopefully I get some footage. I'm on 1% battery now.